Guys, we thought I'd getting ready to start my something different time, but I thought I would show you this. This is what I've already done this morning since I've been home from work. That's roughly a half a bushel of tomatoes. There's 3 peppers laying in there. Guys, that's what I've gathered this morning. So I wanted to show you that. I'm just so thankful. So anyway, we'll get back into our something different time. Well, good day, guys. I'm back again. Here's the last Wednesday in July of 2021. It is hard to believe that July is going to soon be in the history books. Uh, it's the weather is starting to feel like August here. Uh, I mean, it's starting to feel the air is heavy. It is very, very humid. I had to look to see what the humidity actually is right now, but it's way on up there, believe me. And we got a little shower, I think, late yesterday evening. I was in the bed when it rained, but I noticed everything. I could tell that we'd got a shower of rain, when I got ready to go to work last night. And, but I just got done watering all of the, our plants, flowers, things that we have around here. And then I gathered those tomatoes off. And guys, I have to say I am well impressed with these tomatoes this year. Most of those are the Mountain Pride tomatoes. First time I have ever grown those. I'm gonna say something. I don't know if it's the weather or if it's the plant, but guys, those things have done exceptionally well for me here. I did talk to a lady at church, and she said that her tomatoes were doing well also, but on the other hand, her cucumbers did just like mine did. They just started bearing and then died. So I don't know if it's weather. I don't know if it's the plant. I really couldn't say. But a lot of the stuff is starting. The squash, I'm still getting squash, but I can tell it won't be much longer on that. It'll start playing out. The beans are playing out pretty much. I might could go get just a little mess out of them right now. I don't know. I saw a few in there. May let them go and may try to pick them Friday or something. But I want to do a walk around again. I know I talked about that the other day on our live stream, and I just haven't had time to do it. I mean, I'm just sitting right here right now. I'm looking at those greasy beans. They're blooming. But guys, those runners, I declare, they're every bit of 8 foot long. I've never seen beans with runners like that. And so anyway, hopefully we can get time this week to get a video on that, and I'll show you my containers. They're not. I'd like to see them looking better than they do, but it is what it is. I just have to take what I got. Seems like the little grow bags are doing better than the containers are, so far as the beans that I planted in them. But the peppers, the tomatoes, the okra, we should be getting okra on into way on into September probably. It just depends on the weather. Now, if you get a lot of rain, it can slow okra down. Uh, but it loves this hot, humid weather. Now, I'll tell you, okra will flat burn. And I really need to get out there and cut it today. I was going to do it, but I need to go and get this done so I can start uploading that, and I'll be busy with that. So I don't know, I may wait till tomorrow. I don't know. Just so much to tend to right now. But anyway, that's about the way the garden's working out right now. We finally dried up from that wet spell we had last week, and so at least we're still able to get in there. And then the corn's looking great. The Silver Queen corn that I planted, I would say it's probably got maybe another 2 weeks probably. About what I figured it would be about the middle of August before it would start coming in. It's possible it could be a week, but I'm just from the looks of it, it's still got a ways to go. So, and then that'll be gone, and I can pull all that stuff out and start getting it ready for a fall garden. and we may try to plant us some stuff, for fall, and just see how that works. And I like my collards, to have my collards, for wintertime, and I like broccoli. And I have had good results with cabbage before. Uh, Last year, for whatever reason, it just did not do right. I don't know if it's something I did or what, but hopefully we can try it again this year. We'll see what we can, come up with. But anyway, that's about the size of it. It's just a typical hot, humid, hazy summer day here in central North Carolina today. And, that's just about where we stand right now. But we want to get into our subject today, and before I do, I want to thank all of my subscribers. I thank each one of you for stopping by the live stream we had Monday morning, and we'll try that. I can't promise you it will be every Monday, but I'm shooting for that anyway. And if you have some free time on Monday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you'd like to stop in, visit with us, we'd love to have you. And this past week, I kind of try to make things humorous. I put that picture of me up with my eyes crossed and, being crazy from canning, because I'd been up all night canning tomatoes. And so, anyway, just try to add a little humor to it. And I did have to take that down because I do need to go through and edit just a little bit of it. And if you didn't get to watch it, I apologize for that. I'm going to try to get that edited, and hopefully I can get it back up soon. Just something I needed to take out, that when it's live you can't, and it's hard to go back and edit things. Now, like with these, I do go through and take things out that I said and didn't realize I say, or something like that. And so it's nothing bad or anything, but I just want to go in and remove something that I had said, and that way, I won't have to worry about it. But anyway, we want to get into our subject today, on our something different time, and I want to talk about, are you hungry? Are you hungry yet? And I tell you where I got that thought. Uh, about a year ago, I guess it was, plumber here in our community. I have him. He comes out, when I need him, to do some plumbing work for me, because that's one of the things I totally despise is plumbing. I can do some, minor things, like maybe repair a toilet, or replace the washers and seals and stuff. I can do stuff, but when it comes to actually pipe fitting and stuff, I'll end up with leaks and get frustrated, and I just don't like to mess with it. And another thing, there's so many different things now available, and if you don't get every part just exactly right, they won't fit, and then you have got problems. And so, you know, let somebody, I'm just better off pay somebody knows what they're doing, go on in, get it done, and be out, And so anyhow, that's where that stands. But anyway, we had him out. We had a leak here under the house, and we had there. He sent some guys out to fix it. Or no, I take that back. Well, he did that, but last summer I had a leak out at my water meter. That's the way it was. And he sent a young man out to fix it, and he said he'd just send me a bill in the mail. And so when he did, I just took the bills old school and just went down there and paid the man, right there on the spot instead of mailing a check, because the way our mail situation was back then, I didn't know if he'd get it or not. But we were in, I've known this guy about all my life, really. And we went in, I got to talking to him a little bit, and I don't remember now what brought the subject up, but he said, I don't have but 2 crews here. I said, really? I said, man, you used to run a fleet. He said, I know. But he said, ain't nobody wants to do this kind of work no more. And he said, the thing is, he said, our country ain't got hungry enough yet. And I've thought about that. That's just one of them things you hear somebody say that, it'll stick with you and you'll never forget. And I have never forgotten that. And, About a year ago, people was whining. Well, some were whining about how bad they had it, how bad everything was. Well, yeah, why now? You don't hear that now. It's not made public anyway. But people were talking about, how bad off so and so. Well, I wanted to say something regarding that. All summer long, I got a large family. I don't know of one soul in my family that was put out because of the sickness, that went on. Don't know. I do not know of one. Now they could have been, but I never did hear of it. That lost their job because of the sickness. Just saying. Now I know people did. Don't get me wrong. I understand that, guys. I know there were people that did, but they had it easy. They had a check coming, so it wasn't as bad as what they're making like it was. And but this is the thing I'm thinking about now. What we've got now, we've got people that absolutely do not want to work no more. And I was unemployed last year for about from I think around May all the way from May up to so about 7 months I was unemployed. And that was by choice because the job I had, I did not like it. I despised it. I'm just going to tell you. And, you know, we had the stimulus checks that we had got, and, we weren't hurting. And so, that's why I tried to grow a big garden last year and try to make do as best we could and work hard. And, I didn't sit around, I can tell you that. I probably worked harder last year than I've ever worked in my life. Uh, and I'm not above hard work, don't get me wrong. But I want to do something that I know how to do, that I know I can do efficiently and be productive and make the place that I'm working for a better place. That's the way I am. And if I can't come in and function and be efficient and make the place be profitable, then I've wasted my time. And that's what I felt like I was doing where I was at. And that's why I just got out because, nobody listened to you. It's like nobody cared. So, adios, as old saying is. But I'm thankful that, I have the job that I got now. It's something that I know something about, which is textiles. And I've been in that a long time. And thankful that, that door became available. And so, that's the way that goes. But guys, we're living in a day and hour. Nobody cares to work. You know why? They don't have to. Because what we have today is a freeloading society, and everybody thinks all this free stuff that they're being handed is going to keep on, and they're never going to have to pay it back. They're never going to have to, work for nothing anymore. Just sit on their blessed assurance while it keeps coming in. Well, guys, it does not work that way. There's nothing, I've said it before and I'll say it again, there is nothing in this life that is free. It costed somebody something somewhere. Somebody had to pay for it. And eventually, you will end up having to pay it back, one way or another. I'll end up, it's just like these checks that we've got recently. I'll end up having to pay that back. It'll be higher taxes, most likely. Uh, that'll be the way it'll be done. And there'll be other things snuck in, that'll be kind of the sleight of hand, so to speak, that most people won't even know about. Guys, if you would look and see what our Congress and our Senate are voting on each bill, and then go and open up, find out what those bills are. That's public knowledge. You can check that out online. Uh, find out what they are. Find out exactly what's being done. And see, it's not being broadcast public, even though it is public knowledge. It's not being, the truth is not really getting out there. You know, I did a video, we did a something different time in search of the truth way back. Guys, if you think that the 6 o'clock people is going to tell you the truth, you've swallowed the pill. That's the only thing I'm going to tell you, because that's the last people I look to. I don't even have it on no more, other than to look at my weather. I do like my local weatherman, and I'll listen to him. But most of the time, I've got to where I'll follow him online and do it that way, because I don't have time really to sit down and look at the TV no more. And so that's kind of the way that goes. But you know, have we got hungry yet? I got to get back on target here. Have we got hungry enough yet that we're willing to get off of our lazy butts and go to work and provide ourselves some food? Now, thank God there's still people that do that. I mean, that's what's keeping our country afloat right now. It is the middle class, blue collar worker out here that goes in and sweats and labors and toils for pennies a day. Really, that's all he ends up with. By the time the end of the day's done and he's paid all of his bills, he's paid everything off, he'll end up with just pennies left over. I mean, let's just face it and be honest, guys. That's just the way this thing is. I heard an old man say it years ago. I thought a lot of him. I worked with him, and he made this statement years. He said, all it's going to be, guys, he said, you just going to keep your head just above water enough to breathe. And he said, that's it. And he said, that's the way this thing's designed. And it's not got no better. That was 20 years ago. I mean, my God, what would he say if he could see it now? But guys, here's the thing that I'm thinking about, is the sin now that our country is embracing. And I could name more than one. I'm not going to name any, because just not. But most of you that watch me, I feel we're on the same page basis, and you probably already know what I'm talking about without even having to name anything, because that's another shame. I mean, you can't name nothing no more, but I'm not even going to go there. But it's the sin that we are embracing, as our leaders are wanting our country to embrace as a whole. I mean, that's putting us in trouble with God, because it's a sin against Him. And I think about things like that, and you know, then I look and see what's going on. Nobody wants to get up and go to work no more, because you know, they're going to have to put forth some effort. And I think about what my granddaddy used to say. He said, so and so over there, why, he's so lazy he wouldn't strike a lick at a snake if he could get somebody else to do it for him. And that's where our society is at now. Everybody is waiting for somebody else to do the work. And, you know, it's just like my boss at work came to me, and I'm still trying to learn the job, you know, learn what my responsibilities are. And guys, the workplace today is simply a chaotic mess. I mean, and it's like that. I've shared this before, but everybody I talk to says the same thing everywhere they're at. And, you know, especially in manufacturing. But she told me, she said, don't worry about doing this right here. That's not your job. She said, that's their job. And she said, I appreciate you helping them. But she said, you keep up with your stuff first, and you get it caught up, then you can jump in and you can help do that. And last night, I came up to her, and I was watching things, but I kind of started putting into practice what she told me. But last night, I really observed things. I told her, I said, you know, I know what you were saying now. I said, because I've noticed some of these machines have not been doffed all night long. And I said, the only time they get doffed is when I go over there and do it, or my helper goes over there and does it. And she said, now you see what I meant, or what I said. And I said, exactly. But, you know, that's just the way life is now. Everybody else is waiting for somebody else to do their work for them. And, you know, I don't mind helping somebody that, you know, if they've been busting their rear end all night and they're tired and wore out and aggravated, and I've got free time. Hey, I don't mind one bit jumping in, helping, knocking it out, getting it done, getting it up. You know, but we've got a generation today that simply they do not want to do nothing. But I'm going to take it one step further. We got people today, not only do they not want to do nothing, they feel that they're entitled to have everything handed to them. Now, guys, how crazy is that? And let's just not stop there. Let's just take it right down where the rubber meets the road. We've put people in power and in position that think the same way, and it's letting it happen. That's what really burns me up. I didn't put these people, at least I hope I didn't. I try to, pray over and study and find out, just exactly who lines up closest with the way I believe, the way I view things, and that's who I end up voting for. And, but some of these idiots that's went in, I mean, my God, they're crazy. That, I mean, it's some of the beatenest mess I've ever seen that's being introduced now. And it makes me so. I told somebody, I said, it makes me so mad. I said I could bite a railroad spike into. And but that's where we're at now in a society. And there's nobody. I mean, I just sit here. I look at my little garden. It's little compared to what normally like I did last year, but it's doing its job. It's doing what I want it to do. But at least, guys, I'm trying to do something. Most people that would be in my situation, and I'm not going to talk about what it was, but they wouldn't do nothing. They'd be sitting around waiting on everybody else to do for them. And it helps out. It helps out on the grocery bill. You don't have There's certain things you don't have to buy. You put up green beans, you put up tomatoes, you put up corn, you put up okra, peppers. I'll have the peppers, the squash. I've canned squash. I even can my okra. I can my okra for frying. There's a couple of good videos on YouTube about that. And if you've never tried that, guys, you ought to try it. It's awesome. The only thing I don't have that I wished I did have would be an air fryer, and try it in that. That's something for the future, I guess. So, but anyway, I've canned some okra this past week, and probably do some more this week, just specifically to fry. And I probably will freeze some, because what I do with it in frozen, I will use that in seafood gumbo. And I have a recipe here on YouTube, if you'll look it up, where I make seafood gumbo, and I love that stuff. But I want it cool weather. That's not a hot weather thing, because it's like a soup. But anyway, I could have just said, I'm not going to fool with it this year. And most people don't. You know why? They're just lazy. Just plain and simple lazy. They won't admit it, but they're just lazy. They're more concerned sitting in front of that stinking television, watching their soap operas, watching their garbage. And God help anybody that wants to tune in to that program that comes on. I think it's at 11 o'clock. I'm not 100% sure. But it comes on, I think, one of the networks of a morning. And anybody that would want to sit and watch them gossiping women has got a problem. I'm trying to say it, guys, without having to call any names. But anybody that sits around and watches that trash, that's all it is. It is just simple trash. I've got better things to do with my time than to sit and watch a bunch of gossiping women, trying my best to be nice here, that I have, I'm sorry. If that's all you need to find you, so you need to get you a hoe in your hand and go out and hoe some weeds. Get ladies, if it's a lady, you need to get your vacuum cleaner, turn that TV off, and vacuum your floor. I had a pastor told the women that one time, and you know, uh, I mean, get a life. If that's all you got to do, you don't have no life. I'm sorry, because I could care less about that trash. And you know, they're on one side of the aisle, and I don't listen to neither side. I don't listen to the crowd that's on, uh, I guess would be my side of the aisle. I don't listen to them. I don't listen to. I don't watch these talk programs on that comes on late of a night on FOX and other. I don't have time, because it's all propaganda, guys. It's all about an agenda, and there's nothing gonna change that. I mean, you know, that's just the way it is. But what we've got today, we've got a society now that don't want to work. They don't have to work, and they're content just to sit on their blessed assurance and do nothing. Now, I'm not talking about people that's not able. I know there's people out that's genuinely not able to hold down. I understand that. That's not the people I'm talking about, guys. I'm talking about able-bodied people. You might not be able to do a job that's paying $25 an hour or something like that. But guys, there's other jobs out there. I mean, I read last night, if I read it right, a local place here is short staffed, and they are paying a bonus of $16,000 in advance to sign you up and get you hired and employed with them. Guys, that's unheard of. I mean, where's this extra money coming from? Well, I don't know. There's just a lot of questions that I don't have answers for. So, but anyway, have you got hungry enough yet? You really get hungry, you'll find you something to do. I'm going to get on something here that a lot of people will not understand, and I'm not advocating at all. But during the Great Depression, there was something that went on that provided income, that put food on people's table, and that's the reason they did what they did. And that's why it was shunned and it was not talked about. And but it happened. It happened within my own family. I know. I won't say who, but I mean, it's long before I was born. But there was practices that went on. If you watch these moonshiner programs, they talk a little bit about that. And guys, in this part of the country around here, a lot of that happened. And if it hadn't been for that, the family would have starved to death. Now, like I said, I am not advocating it at all. Okay? Understand that. But I'm going to say this. I admire a man that's willing to get off of his butt and work hard just to make a few dollars for his family to have food to eat, than versus going out here and what we've got today. I mean, really. I'm just saying, like I say, I'm not advocating that that's the product that he was selling is right, because the Bible also says, woe to the man that puts the bottle to his neighbor's mouth. So, you know, I'm just saying. But I will say this, if we would put the booze back in the woods where it started, there'd be a lot less people drinking it. I promise you that. And we wouldn't have the drunk driving and all the other stuff that we've got going on today. We wouldn't have a lot of that going on. But, you know, it's like a Big Brother thinks he's got all the answers. He's going, yeah, Big Brother, all he's wanting is the money off of it. That's all he cares about. And once he's got that, he don't care what happens. So just well say that while while I'm able. But anyway, guys, have you got hungry enough yet that you're willing to go to work and earn you some food? Whether it be go out here and grow it in the garden, or get you a job, earn money, and go to the store and buy you some food. One or the other. I mean, that's the way this thing works. And so, you know, that's the thing I look around. Our nation hadn't got hungry yet. I said yet. But I believe the day's coming that it will. You can't, like I say, it goes back to what I said. The sin that's being committed in our nation right now, you can't tell me that God's sitting back not noticing what's going on. Yes, he's noticing. And there's going to be a payday. And I'm afraid it's going to be the payday that a lot of people were not expecting. So, but for us, we do what we can. We do the best we can. And we trust God with the rest. So guys, I hope I said something to be an encouragement to you today. I know it's been a little different. And I appreciate you praying for us. I really feel the prayers of folks that's been praying. And just keep it up. We'll keep remembering y'all in prayer as well. And so, well, I've got to get in. I got to get this ready, get it uploaded so it can be out in time. And we've got a lot of other stuff going on around here I've got to work on. So, no rest for the weary. That's just the way it is right now. And then after a bit, we'll go to bed and start it all over again tonight. So anyway, guys, y'all have a great day. Thank you for watching, and thank you from Little NC Farmer.